Welcome to the Among the Shadows Shadows League Top 5 Plays of the Week. First up, we have Game 3 between Arzuna and Dave Sprite. Dave Sprite is currently down by 2, and we see Arzuna go for a Blink Stalker play that's going to just seal the deal on this particular matchup. We see here that he's using his Mothership Core to spot on the high ground for him so that he doesn't have to engage the bunkers that are currently outside Dave Sprite's ramp. So let's go ahead and jump into the game and hear what our caster has to say.
Oh no! The Stalkers blink up, they're engaging the Marines. I don't know how. I don't think Dave's gonna even be able to try and hold this off. One Viking comes out, it's attempting to kill the Mothership Core. 3 Stalkers are gonna take it out before it does though. Oh no! Dave, Blink, GG. Well played. Arzuna moving on.
Next, we have Magenta against Mojo. Mojo's up by 1 in this particular game. At the 12-minute mark, he decides to push forward with a series of roaches to try and end this outright. He in fact forces Magenta to lift off both his natural expansion and all of his barracks. Meanwhile, Magenta tries to pull the army back by attacking and sniping Mojo's lair. Then, Magenta takes the northwestern corner of the map and moves all of his production facilities there, and is able to outproduce Mojo from the northwest corner that's protected by rocks, and then have this final engagement to the game. Thanks to some excellent micro by Magenta picking off the banelings of Mojo, he's able to whittle away at these roaches and eventually take the win. Moving right along, we take you to Game 3 between Terrence Key and St. Aeon, currently tied 1-1. Terrence Key opens up with a proxy factory to build Widow Mines and harass his opponent. He does a decent amount of damage with the Widow Mines, forcing a lot of missed mining time from the probes of St. Aeon. St. Aeon, in order to kind of bring the balance back into the game, decides to build a Mothership Core, but Terrence Key gets 2 really good hits with certain Widow Mines, takes out the Mothership Core, and then can proceed to move on with the rest of his game. Speaking of the rest of his game, we're going to see how many drops we can find in this particular matchup. Here's drop 1. Here's drop 2. And here's drop 3. All of these different plays combine together to put Terrence Key ahead of St. Aeon in supply. And despite St. Aeon's excellent playing throughout the entire game and these excellent force fields here, there's just too much on the field, and St. Aeon can't keep up, allowing Terrence Key to take this series up to a 2-1 lead. Not to be outdone, we have Game 2 between Lego Spartan and Verher, with Lego Spartan leading by 1. Here we see that Lego Spartan's about to lose his 3rd. Back at his natural, we see that we have 2 evolution chambers with 1-1 upgrades on the way, as well as 12 roaches coming along. Now here we see in this particular engagement, Lego Spartan's actually using the increased roach regeneration when they're burrowed to try and even the odds here, but there's just a lot of sentries. The Immortals are doing lots of damage, he's not quite focus firing those down as he should, and despite the fact that he's building tons of roaches on top of this to try and bolster his forces as much as possible, it's just proving to be too much for him to handle. Now, when Verher sees that Lego's pulling his drones in order to help with this engagement, he places some force fields down quite well, pulls back, and is able to regroup in time to just finish decimating the roaches that are out for Lego, to take him to win the game. Finally, we have a Terran versus Terran between Stark Templar and Superhero, represented by the player Toss Imba. Superhero leads with some early pressure, and it kind of comes to this weird marine tank contain. Neither player really wants to move completely out until this point here in the game, where Stark Templar decides to take his tanks and break out of this contain. So, Stark Templar now, thinking that he's completely just broken his opponent's back, starts to head up to the junction between the natural and the third expansion of Superhero's base. But little does he know, the Superhero currently has 18 Marines in production every single cycle, and had like 32 Marines waiting, plus a drop going on at Stark Templar's main base, just completely wrecking all of his production. Now he sees exactly what he's up against with his Viking, and all Superhero has to do at this point is stem an attack move straight through the tanks. This is going to lead Superhero to win this game and the series 3-0. As always, thank you for watching the Among the Shadows Shadows League Top 5 Plays of the Week. Be sure to check out the Among the Shadows website at amongshadows.com. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next week.